like to begin, of course, by welcoming you all to this market open in celebration of the listing of Mydecine Innovations on NEO, your listing, and really celebrating all of you. I think an important listing, not necessarily because you list on NEO, we consider that important, but I think a very important listing because it translates something else, which I think is very key, and that is the fact that you are graduating. You're graduating to a tier 1 exchange in Canada, and something that you can do and that is achievable when you reach a certain level of maturity, when you have in place the right governance model, when you have in place the right controls, when you comply with a number of standards and requirements that define what a senior issuer is. And why is that important? Well, for a very simple reason. That is how you get the attention and the interest of institutional investors. That is how you will be able also, and you may have seen that yesterday, to become part of some of the indices that are now acknowledging NEO as a tier 1 exchange, and where companies listed on NEO are becoming incorporated in those indices. So I think a very important step, a very important evolution in your journey from being, an innovative and growing company with tremendous potential in a space that I think we all believe in, and setting you up for the next part of that journey.
Thank you to the entire NEO team. So Mydecine Innovations Group is an emerging biopharma and life sciences company focused on developing and bringing to market novel psychedelic therapeutics for the treatment of addiction and PTSD, with a heavy focus on the veteran population globally. This migration to the NEO exchange represents another significant milestone, not only for Mydecine as a company, but also for our shareholders and future patients. The NEO exchange offers increased liquidity, visibility, and transparency, as well as increased access to institutional investors in the United States and Canada as well.
I hope you will all joining me in doing the countdown. One thing, Josh and team, that NEO does, and that is very different from any other stock exchange that you may have experienced or may consider in the future, is that we do not celebrate launches with a tombstone. We consider that a bit as a morbid way of approaching things. The word in itself is not that exciting. And we decided to replace that with a unique, one-of-a-kind piece of art, which is commissioned through our partnership with the Ontario College of Art and Design University. And the artist who has created your piece is Justina Verbal, a virtual artist, curator, and master student at OCAT.U.
My name is Justina Verbal, and I am an artist who transcribes sound into graphic notations. I am a huge advocate for the wellness of mental health and also sort of alternative medicines. I've been doing actually a lot of research over the course of this pandemic into mushrooms and the world of the fungi and sort of what that means to my own mental health. So when I was given, I'm part of the Toronto Mycology Society. I've been picking mushrooms since I've been 4. It's a thing that we do. I'm Polish, so I'm from Poland, and it's a cultural thing in Poland. So when I received this commission, I was just so over the moon. One of the things where I began, I have it right here with me. It's called a book, Entangled, by Merlin Sheldrake. He's a scientist, a young scientist, and it says, Entangled Life, How Fungi Make Our Worlds, Change Our Minds, and Shape Our Futures. So when I received this commission, I was in the middle of reading this book, and it's just like, this is just too perfect right now. The medium that I use is graphite and ink, and also gold leaf.
And Justina, I just want to say, we definitely share your passion for mycology and the world of fungi. And, we've been taking that as kind of a starting point, and all the natural creations held within different fungi sources.
The opportunity for you to tell us a little bit more and then dive a bit deeper into the organization.
We decided that we would debut our new corporate video, which we're incredibly proud of. And I think also kind of outlines, some of the key members of our C-suite, but two, also kind of gives you an insight into Mydecine as a company, what our goals and objectives are, and some of our assets to accomplish those goals as well. Mydecine Innovations Group is a global company with really three main focuses. That's intellectual property and R&D, clinical trials, and our technology platform, MindLeap.
Mydecine has a large selection of intellectual property filings that are designed to cover all of our research and products of that research with multiple filings. We have claims in there that are designed to create multiple layers of protection for all the work that we're doing, so that the value there is well secured.
Mydecine currently has an exclusive partnership with Applied Pharmaceutical Innovation that operates out of the University of Alberta.
Through API, they actually hold a Schedule I dealer's license that allows us to really create the most efficacious and ethical medicine that we can to help combat, what's the biggest problem that's going on in pharmaceutical medicine today.
We've partnered with them from the beginning of our company, and they bring very strong depth of experience in pharmaceutical chemistry, natural products chemistry, and also allow us to do all of the production for our clinical trials.
University of Alberta's Faculty of Pharmacology is currently ranked in the top 15 in the world for pharmaceutical drug discovery and top 3 in the world for artificial intelligence. We're combining the forces of both of these verticals to create the next generation of psychedelic medicine.
There are many ways to define innovation, but for us, innovation starts with psychedelic and functional fungi compounds. We believe these compounds have the ability to change the world.
At Mydecine, we are legally producing active CGMP nature-sourced medicinal mushroom compounds, both psychedelic and functional at scale for pharmaceutical research all the way to consumer packaged goods.
Mydecine has assembled a world-class team with proven success in pharmaceutical drug discovery, clinical trials, treatment of PTSD and different indications.
So the group that I brought in are essentially the who's who of sort of PTSD and psychological trauma in veterans. We have a team together that is internationally renowned, internationally respected, 1,000 years of experience combined in conducting trials in post-traumatic stress disorders, psychotherapies, and neuroimaging. We've got a group of people, scientists, that understand this illness better than everybody, understand the gaps, understand the needs.
We've been fortunate enough to progress into a phase 2A clinical study utilizing psilocybin-assisted psychotherapy for the treatment of PTSD. Every 72 minutes in the United States alone, a veteran commits suicide. Mydecine Innovations Group is very passionate about helping people with PTSD, specifically in the veterans population. There's been a complacency in the treatment of PTSD. Currently, there's not a single pharmaceutical drug that's manufactured to treat PTSD. This needs to change. Harnessing nature's natural design as a starting point, and then applying a pharmaceutical lens to improve upon that, to make a treatment more compatible with therapy. That's exactly what we're doing here at Mydecine.
Mydecine is committed to finding the answers. I think the medical community, if they're cynics, the cynics will be won over with evidence, with data, with good studies. I think that the stories of people saying, I took this, I feel better, are compelling, but that's not data. So I think if we do things sort of properly with university centers, publish data, publish our positive results, then these therapies will find a space alongside all the other therapies.
Technology plays a very important role in the success of psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy. That's why here at Mydecine, we're investing heavily in a state-of-the-art technology platform, MindLeap Health.
What makes MindLeap unique, that allows psychedelic-assisted therapy to come into play and have an app dedicated so that you could have remote therapy sessions with a therapist after you have a psychedelic experience. That's unique in itself. But of course, all the back-end data that they're able to monitor will only help the clinician, capture what they need to much more than they ever could in traditional practices to create an overall better outcome for the patient and for personalized medicine moving forward.
Mydecine currently has the first and only global supply chain of naturally derived cGMP single molecule psilocybin, as well as has full capabilities to go from A to Z. Currently, Mydecine is covered under a full Health Canada Schedule I dealer's license that has amendments including cultivation, R&D, extraction, commercial scale, commercial sale, and import-export.
Our commitment to the success of our company's mission is unparalleled.
We invite you to join us on this journey.
To solve some of society's biggest problems.
The future of mental health treatment is now.
I think it highlights once again what you have achieved so far, the promise ahead of you, and last but not least, I think the quality of your team. And I think you should all be very, very proud about what you have achieved. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us, and wishing you a wonderful day from here on. Take care. Bye-bye.